So this is looking back at Kewen Sound, which we came through at, it's really perfect timing actually. It was just against us as we came in, and then we picked up the new flood tide to take us out of the entrance, missed the ferry, and now on the way past Easdale onto Loch Don. So there's a little bit of wind just filled in from the south, so we've got we're on a dead run with the jib stick out, or boat hook, heading for Loch Don. Slowly. And then we can decide what to do. Today it's Tuesday lunchtime, and by Wednesday evening, certainly Wednesday overnight, it is going to get very windy. So we'll have to decide where to be by Wednesday evening. So this is Tuesday evening in Loch Don. It's been perfect blue sky all day, and then just over Oban it's raining. We're right on the edge of it here, and we're sitting in the sun. But it's obviously the most amazing rainbow. There is a motor sailor that's arrived about high tide when we'd gone for a walk, and that's laying in the stream, so the tidal stream's pulling them round while the little breeze is just sort of trying to pull us round against the stream. So this is leaving Loch Don, and the wind is blowing, I suppose, southeasterly when it's meant to be blowing northwesterly, and the tide has really pushed us, really having to push the tide to get over to Crera, because the forecast is for 25 mile, 40 mile an hour gusts, torrential rain. They've given out an amber or even yellow weather warning for further south, I think probably for places like Lancashire and Cumbria, but it's certainly coming this way this evening. So we're heading over to Crera for the night at the marina. But it's lovely. The mist is sort of slowly clearing, but we're sailing at a most different angle to get over because of the tide. So this is us leaving Haven just for a day sail around Shuna. It's actually forecast not to rain and to be reasonably sunny, with a little bit more breeze in the afternoon. So we are going to go around Shuna in a clockwise direction and have lunch at the north end, and then have a sail in the afternoon, perhaps up Loch Melford. That's right. So this is us first proper meal on the boat actually, really. We've put the tent up because it's raining, which you may be able to hear. And the chef has done an excellent job with Cross and Blackwell broccoli and Stilton soup, and various other posh ingredients. Lidl.
Pork cabinet.
Okay. And some other sort of stuff that look like maggots, but I think it's meant to be rice. Oh, asparagus. All grain. Cheers. So this is us leaving Poldorin, heading north, and we're going to go back to Crera Marina. Tomorrow is looking wet and a bit windy, so we're going to have another day walking round Crera, we think. They're going to squeeze us in. I think we're going to have to double up, but they'll find space somewhere for us. Because we're worth it. And just as we left Poldoran, past the American, it looks steel construction, quite a large boat, 45 foot. They'd actually sailed over from the States. And this is looking across at Mull, and there's a big sort of racy boat in the far distance, black sails, I think also heading into Oban. So this is us coming towards Cruve Haven, and just a little bit of breeze picked up in the evening, and we're sailing nicely, goose winged, wind dead behind. Just going to clear the end of the islands, and then we're perhaps going to take the boat hook in and sail across to the marina. This is looking back at Ardnamur, where we've come from, and the Isle of Mull in the very far distance. So this is coming through Dorismore. The wind has suddenly filled in, so we had to stop and put a reef in. So it's good, force 4 now, force 3. And although the tide's with us, it's still quite lumpy at the end, back at the entrance. But the wind's behind, so we're just going to fly through and head over towards Crinan. So this is sailing into Crinan, or towards Crinan. There's a big boat shed on the right, and I think it says Crinan on the roof. And there's the White Hotel, and just around the corner is the lock gates. There's a big rib that's just overtaken us, so I don't think it's going to go through the lock, I wouldn't have thought so. Over on the left, out of shot, is Black Rock. So what we'll do is we'll sail around Black Rock, and then sail back up towards Ardfern, and there's a little place behind the islands where we can anchor, have some lunch, late lunch, and then head up to the fish for this evening. So this is sailing up Loch Craignish. So this evening's anchoring. The wind is sort of all over the place a little bit. And there's also some fish farms in our way. You can look back and see where we anchored for some late lunch, and looking right through there, actually that's directly at Doris Moor, which we're going to go through tomorrow morning. So this is early morning departure from just south of Ardfern. Perfect blue sky, but very little wind, although some is forecast for late. So this is heading south towards Doris Moor, which we should reach at about slack water, and then use the new flood tide to take us up to Ardnammer. The wind is due to fill in from the northwest, so it will be slightly perhaps on our nose. So yesterday was perfect blue sky and a lovely sail up from Ardfern. Today, Sunday, the wind's gone round to the southwest, and I'm not going to say visibility is poor, but there's definitely some low mist and drizzle coming. Totally different feel to the day. Chris is sailing with us today, and it's going to be, I think, our last day. We'll head off home tomorrow.